Hey guys, it's Jay. So today I'm going to be doing something different on my channel. I know I promised you guys a what's my favorite movie video, but it was way too long and I had to go back and edit it, which took forever, and I'm really busy at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and do something different. I'm going to introduce my favorite books, well, at least some of them. It's kind of hard for me to pick a favorite because I am an avid book reader, so I find a lot of books. But here is 4 of them, which are on the favorite list. I've got Beautiful Creatures by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl, Claymore by Nobuhiro Yagi, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And then I've got the Twilight Saga official illustrated guide. So I'm going to start with my least favorite and then go on to the most favorite. Starting off with Wuthering Heights. This is really one of the best classic books that I've read. If you haven't read it, it's about this girl, Heathcliff. Not Heathcliff, Kathy is her name. There's Carolyn Earnshaw, Kathy, and Heathcliff. And they have a love for each other, and then they got a passion for each other. And pretty much, it's kind of like a modern love story. It's honestly kind of hard to follow and kind of hard to understand, especially for young readers who don't have that bright of a vocabulary. But I like this one, just because I like old novels. I like something different than what we're currently reading, because I feel like, honestly, whenever I get a new book, it's pretty much about the same thing that I just read. Pretty much like love stories, and this guy did this, and this girl did that, and all of that. So, honestly, that's how I feel about new novels. So it's kind of nice and refreshing. I think you can find this on Barnes & Noble. If you go to Goodreads.com, they have a bunch of reviews on this book, Wuthering Heights, and I think they also have places on where to get them. That's my #1 favorite website of all time. If you haven't yet, go check it out. You can follow me on there. I am on there as well. I'll have a picture of myself in a purple kind of looking dress, but follow me on there and I'd be happy to share some book recommendations for you guys. The next one that I like but just kind of don't love it and I'm obsessed with it is Claymore by, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Nobuhiro Yagi. But this is a manga, it's a Japanese novel. And whenever you open up the pages, you have illustrations, just like a comic book. This is what I really like about Japanese novels and manga, because they're really cool to read. They got a bunch of illustrations, and you know how sometimes you get bored when you read a book and there's no pictures in it? This is kind of like my go-to. I read this whenever I get bored with current books that I'm reading, because I'm still a little kid. I still like pictures and I still like comic books. So does my fiance. My fiance is big on them, and he actually dropped around Christmas time $50 in comic books. And he bought me one, which I will be showing in a later video. But this one's really cool. It's about this girl. She's got silver eyes, and she's a slayer, and she basically slaughters all of these people called Claymores, which they're half human, half monster. It's a really cool series. I advise you to check this out too. Once again, follow it on Goodreads and Barnes & Noble. Go to Amazon.com, and I guarantee that they'll have this. Which, this one is a used one, as you can tell with the writing on it, but it's still in really good condition. If anybody wants to get it, I might be selling this. Next one is The Twilight Saga, the unofficial illustrated guide. I really like this guide. It's sort of like my go-to after I read the Twilight Saga. I read them 2 times. Not as much as I did with this next series that I'm going to introduce to you, but I like this one because it gives you more in depth of the series, and it has, once again, pictures and illustrations. It has a Q&A with the author too, which I like that. It talks about her creating the story, which honestly I feel like sometimes you wouldn't be able to get out of a book. You would just get the acknowledgments and that would be it. But I like this one because it's got the illustrations of them, and it's got illustrations of what she had in mind. For example, like wedding dresses and the piano that they had, a map of their house, and they actually have pictures from the movie in here, which I like. I also had the director's guide to the Twilight Saga movie, but I ended up selling it at a yard sale because I had a baby and I needed the extra room. This is really big, and it's kind of heavy to carry around. It's heavy in my hand, but I like this. It's really cool. If you guys still read Twilight, I advise you to check this out. This book right here that I am bringing up is my absolute favorite one. I've read this 9 times, literally, no joke. I'm probably going to read it a 10th time. Beautiful Creatures by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. Oh my god. This book is amazing. And this book opened me up to a ton of other books. As you can tell, I wouldn't be able to tell you or show you what it's about on the back because I've had this book for so long I had to buy a new one for $1.50 at a yard sale because the back is wearing out. Basically what it's about, if you have not seen the movie or have read the books, is a guy who lives in Gatlin, which is, I believe, in South Carolina, meets this girl named Lena, which I call her Lena, either or, you can call her whatever. But she is a caster, and casters are kind of like witches, and he falls in love with her, and he gets brought into her caster world, basically. He finds out a lot of different things about her. In particular, there's this thing called the claiming. And basically what that is whenever a caster turns 16, they get to choose, they don't get to choose their destiny. They get to be either a light or dark caster, so a white witch or a black witch. And there's a lot of things that break them apart, but they still stay together. And I really like it because it's got sci-fi and a little bit of horror. It's got a little bit of romance in it and fiction. So that's 4 book genres packed into just one novel, which I love. The movie, on the other hand, was really good. I love it. It's one of my personal favorites, which I was going to show in that video, but like I said, it was too long. The only problem is they leave out a lot of characters and a lot of details. So if you see the movie and you don't like it, read the book. 9 times out of 10, the book is way, way better than the movie. Honestly, this is sort of like what happened with The Mortal Instruments. I have not read the books, but I've heard a lot about it. I've heard that the movie was terrible. So if you've seen that movie, I'm so sorry that it was terrible. Read the book. Even if you're not a book reader, just read a review about it and give me your feedback. But anyways, that is all for this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you have any book recommendations, please leave a comment down below. I'm always reading. I'm always looking for new books. Leave me a comment down below and I'll check them out. If you want to go to the sites mentioned, I'll have them below in the description. All you have to do is just click on them and they will take you right there. I will also leave some of my social media down below if you guys want to follow me. And as always, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to me if you haven't. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.